Done? Ready? Notes at the ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Anyway.
Show us your trinkets.
So dressed in a one-size-fits-all triple XL T-shirt with some shitty artwork is Harry England.
Hello.
And complete with a 14-page hardback leaflet of abandoned artwork is Tom Evans.
You're just like a sheet of stickers.
I just know what's what. Oh, okay. I guess I was accompanied by a hand-painted limited edition 12-inch Gotorama.
It's one sheet of
the same
stickers,
sticker,
but they're all gold wigs.
all
12
of them.
gold wigs.
Okay.
Exactly the same.
To put on whatever you want.
Yeah.
Are they reusable?
You know what they are? You know when you were a kid and your sister used to go and buy one of those picture dolls and you'd cut the clothes out and you'd hang them on there and it was all like flat?
Yes.
You're 12 of those wigs.
Okay.
That you can cut out when you buy your Call of Duty.
Not even fuzzy felt.
No.
No? Okay. Damn it.
Your 12 wigs.
Anyway, welcome, disappointingly, welcome to the special edition podcast. And tonight it's all about trinkets or trinklets, if you prefer. I prefer trinklets, but I know that's wrong.
You can say that.
But I'm going to say trinklets, because that's just the way God made me. So we're going to be talking about all the little special edition games, all the extras that you can buy after you've purchased the game, that you purchase with the game, all the things that are essentially excessive. Well, not necessarily excessive. All the things that are
rip-offs.
I was going to say non-essential to
just like
the gaming
stuff.
Experience. This is something that doesn't necessarily enhance your game in any way, shape or form.
Just to show your love for something, really.
It's that or your blind idiocy.
Yeah.
Essentially, that you've got fooled,
Yeah,
conned into purchasing something you never knew you needed, and it turned out that you didn't need it and you didn't want it. And then you suffer the hashtag regrets afterwards.
Yeah, some of them are going to mention if they got bought, they must have been blind idiots. Because they're ridiculous.
So there.
So there.
Thanks for joining us. No, who's going to start? Harry?
Yeah?
Let's go.
Right.
Let's go, bitch.
I was trying to, at the start, when I was looking up stuff, just find things that were either very expensive or just included really bizarre things. And one game I came across that I'd never heard of was something called Enemy Zero, which was on the Sega Saturn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the two releases I saw for it were Japan and North America. I didn't see anything for Europe, but I might be wrong. But from what I could tell from this game, it was kind of like maybe a horror game sort of thing. There were like weird
what was
creatures
it called again,
in it. Enemy Zero.
Enemy Zero.
And it had like a female protagonist, guns and all that kind of stuff.
I would say it doesn't ring any bells at all.
I was kind of picturing something kind of Metroidy, but 3D.
Okay.
Anyway, so the special edition of this game costs 200,000 yen, or $1,657.68, whatever.
So that's a very precise amount of money.
It was just the currency conversion of...
Oh, I see. Right,
Yeah,
okay. I thought I was just about to ask, does this have a significance to the game?
No.
68 short.
Yeah.
You can't have it then.
Sorry, mate.
Fuck you.
But anyway, so you obviously got
shotgun.
the game itself, special edition version of that, which I don't know what that included, maybe a fancy tin or whatever.
I fucking hope so.
A logo towel.
A logo towel.
Yeah. A bookmark, a VHS soundtrack. So music
Oh my
from the game.
god! On a VHS
Came out in 1996.
But
or
they had
1997.
cassette players.
Yeah,
and they had
it was,
CD
it was on
players.
a VHS.
Why would you have to? That doesn't make
I
any
don't know.
sense to me at all.
A T-shirt,
It was the
stickers.
best of a logo towel. That
Yeah.
famous Japanese singer.
That's true.
On
I've
VHS.
I've got all his best.
A logo.
Flannel me deeply. Talc me gently. Yeah.
Rub on a J-cloth.
Yeah. So stickers, design documents used in the development of the game.
The real ones.
Yes. Floppy disks, which featured the company's logo on.
This is amazing.
You're making this up.
I'm not.
This is amazing.
A replica of an in-game gun, a model of an enemy, which in brackets says included body fluid, whatever that meant.
What the fuck?
What, so it bled?
I have no idea what it did.
No, it's only going to be one of the three things.
Oil, blood,
And that's
and
not
then
even the
feces,
weirdest part.
and then the other one.
Vomitus and Oh, actually, there's a few, isn't there?
What
Yeah.
you'd find
You
in
wouldn't
your,
want it to do that.
what you'd scraped off the logo towel, I suppose.
That's why you get a towel.
That's probably it.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
needed this towel before you could open the box.
And then the weirdest part of it,
Hang on, there's
Hang on,
another weird
Yeah,
bit.
I don't. Yeah, okay.
an entire promo outfit worn by one of the booth babes at Tokyo Game Show 96.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
So it was one that was actually worn by one of the booth babes there.
It was called
Enemy Zero.
Enemy Zero.
And this was all personally delivered by Kenji Eno, which was he was the founder of the company that produced the game.
Wow.
This is what year was this?
1996 and 1997.
Well, this is earlier than any of the games I had down as like special edition. So this must be
Yeah, because yours was for Dreamcast.
99. I couldn't find anything
Oh, okay, this
earlier
is
than that.
that's
So
insane.
that is madness.
and there were only 20 copies of this.
And he-
$156. $156,000.
No, it was
$1,600.
Yeah, so $1,657.
Oh,
that's it.
1,000.
Yeah.
I thought it was like insane, like hundreds.
No.
Thousands.
See,
That's still a lot.
It's one of those things, but when you look at some of the special editions that we have looked at, that's not an outrageous number of
We
money.
seem to be
However,
getting a lot.
but that was back in 96.
Yeah.
So I suppose you've got to, with
you need a
inflation and
towel?
whatnot.
Do you need a bookmark and floppy disks that have the logo
It's
on
the
it?
VHS
VHS
in
VHS of the
1997.
soundtrack. That is
Yep.
so fucking weird.
That's brilliant.
And there was
And
one-
I've never heard of it. But when I was looking at the list of ridiculous special editions, this didn't come up. That should have been number one with a bullet.
Well, I'm glad Harry found it. That's
A
amazing.
bullet-shaped keyring. That is ridiculous.
But yeah, so it was like a game I'd never heard of or anything, and then it's just the weirdest one I've come across.
Did it have images and things like that?
There was like a really
Like of the stuff you
yeah.
got?
So there was an image. It wasn't the best quality of like the box it came in, which looked like a crate, but like
Yeah.
a cardboard thing, and then all of the stuff kind of like laid out.
Is
Like,
this
beside
someone
it.
had bought it and just showed
Yeah.
what it was?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've just never heard of the game. So
No.
I'm assuming it's not a franchise that survived, unless it has a different name.
Well, the
Here.
company was called Warp, which I've never heard of.
No.
Or WARP.
What are you going to do with the costume?
Sniff it.
I mean,
Sorry,
you answered that really quickly.
Well, it's the only. It's
There
what
wasn't
else?
even a gap.
No, because that's all it's going to be there for.
There was no pause or anything. Straight in, sniff it.
No, there wasn't. There's no need to. That is exactly why this is fucking Japan.
Yeah.
That it's not even a question. It's not even debatable.
Sniff.
Sniff, scratch and sniff.
But it's not. Yeah, I think it's understandable because it's not like, oh, this was designed from an outfit worn by one of the people. This was one of the outfits worn by one of the booth babes.
Yeah.
At Tokyo Game Show.
And was it an outfit from the game, or was it?
It
just
will have been like
some sexy apparel
Logoed.
that they
It would have
put
been.
on?
It would have been mini skirt and a tank top
Yeah, it
type
would have.
affair.
Because that's all it's going to... Normally, booth babes wear not really anything.
No, of course not. That's
So-
the point.
So, if it's not from the game,
I think it
it would
was
have
from the
literally been
game.
something she pulled out of the closet.
I think it was maybe like the
And then a
costume of
t-shirt.
the main character or something.
Oh, okay.
He wore a mini skirt and a tank top.
Yeah.
Probably. Never heard of it. This is amazing.
But yeah. So I just,
Wow.
that was my number one just because of how creepy it
That's
is.
good. We,
and, like,
this
weird.
should have been the finisher.
Oh,
This
I'm
was,
sorry.
No,
It's all-
it's the starter and the finish.
It's all going to be downhill
We'll
from
do
now.
it again at the end.
Yeah,
But
they
we'll
will
all
have
swap
to.
voices.
That was amazing. Brilliant. Round of applause. That's fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
Well done.
I didn't hear anything.
But you will later on. It goes in later. See,
I thought we were going to do a really slow clap.
no,
Like 1 an hour.
Right at the end of the podcast.
1 an hour. Okay, do the first one.
That was
Okay.
a terrible clap.
It was a clap.
We'll
Blimey.
get one at the end.
Okay, thank you. Right, follow that, Tom.
I don't know how I would class it. It wasn't really a case of you pre-ordered it. You could get the game for free, but you could spend in it. But the premise was that its prize at the end, I guess, is what I class as the trinket. I'm talking about Curiosity, which was the mobile game from our favourite
The man himself.
Mr.
saviour of
Mr.
our people.
Molyneux, the god that is Peter.
A name that will come up again, unsurprisingly,
Yeah.
later on tonight.
He offered it in-app purchases, who doesn't, to get special kinds of axes, pickaxes.
Pickaxes.
And one of them was, I believe, $50,000, I think, which is about 25 grand. No, maybe 30 grand.
Because you're
The point
essentially
is,
just...
it was a diamond pickaxe to take off more layers than anybody possibly could to give you a chance to get to the centre. Now, that's not the trinket. That's just the in-app rip-off purchase. The trinket was what you got at the end, and it was supposed to be life-changing. And the idea was that if you were the last person to take away the last layer that would reveal this inner, massive, life-changing, world-changing moment, which happened to be just a video of Peter Molyneux telling you can come and be... the god of the next game, Goddess.
Because you can get trapped.
And we're going to allow you to make changes. Go on.
I was going to say, trapped in an alternate universe with Milo and Kate.
Yeah.
That would have been your prize.
You get a Connect. That's what you get if you do this.
Worn by Booth Babe.
Basically, the guy who won it, I forget his name. I want to say I think it was Kenneth. I can't remember.
The person that won was Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, but basically what happened was he got to become God in their next 22 Cans game, which was called Goddess, and he could choose to make massive changes in the world on the fly if he felt like it, and they would change it in game within a day or something.
Cut of the profits as well.
He got a penny or something from every sale, or 0.5 of a penny or something, and a free copy of the game. He also got to go to 22 Cans, see around, get talked around the studio, and he could do some coding if he wanted to, and then they were going to throw a massive party for him. So what happened? Well, let's start with the party. The party had come along after the last layer was revealed. The video played. They got in touch with him and said, you can't actually come to the studios because we've got issues going on there, so we'll take you out for a meal and a big party. It turns out that he got his lead designer or someone, and then anybody who fancied turning up, which was 2 other people, and they went to a pub and had a few pints, and then 2 of those guys left, and he was left with the lead designer guy and him. And God, that is Peter, thought, I've got better things to do. I'm washing my hair, so I'm not going to turn up at all. And then he wasn't allowed to go to the studios for at least, I think, 3 months because they had lots of problems with the power or something like that in that whole unit, that whole area. And apparently that was affecting them being able to go in there and work and do stuff like that, so he just wasn't allowed in.
Molyneux not paying the bill.
I think basically just didn't want him to be there and thought they might forget about it. And then the changes that he got to making Goddess would have been actually minuscule because no one actually got in touch with him for, I think, 6 months and said, do you fancy making some changes in a game that no one really cared about? And that was his trinket. And Molyneux won again and then walked off evilly to his evil lair.
I don't think he got kicked. He either got kicked out of 22 Cans or he left 22 Cans.
I think he got kicked out.
So enough of your bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if 22 Cans is still going.
I don't know either.
I think he got kicked out and then they may have gone. I don't know what's going on with them.
Did Goddess even get released? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
I tried it.
Oh, did you?
Clever little idea. You could deform the ground around you.
I'm assuming it was
like it was
Populous,
tectonic
essentially,
plates.
was it not? I mean,
it's very similar.
I was just thinking black and white.
You build a village.
Both his games.
Yeah.
You build a village, a man and a woman, create a baby that grows up, becomes another villager, repeat. And then you could tap on the landscape and just push it away. Or do you remember a game? There was a game that came out on Xbox Arcade, which was quite cool.
I know exactly the one you're thinking of.
Yeah, a really nice little thing where it was like a mythical.
You were just like a ball.
And you were a ball that you could control all the elements like water, fire, sand, earth.
I want to say it was
a nice
something
game.
like From Element or something like that. I just can't remember what it was bloody called. From Dust.
Yeah.
That was it.
And you could grab the ground and drag it around and move it. A bit like Black and White, like you say.
Okay.
Let's face it, it's been making the same fucking games for 20 years, so it must have been. And anyway, you could push the landscape and do similar things where you could deform it and then the water might flood in and it would reveal a treasure chest underneath or something which would give you coins and you could spend them on better buildings.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and you could be this god. But apparently all the time was this all-powerful guy who was the guy who won the competition in the Curiosity app game, was making the decisions that would affect you, which no one ever noticed, gave a toss about, or anything. And then finally everybody realised after trying the game, because it was free, that it really was just would you mind buying some of our gold coins for £5 for one? I
have to say, I did play Curiosity, I wouldn't say for a huge amount of time, but I played it for, a week, I suppose.
It trended a lot on 10,
15 minutes ago.
So I'm guessing you could just play it without spending anything if you wanted.
Yeah, what you did was tap on cubes, and then the problem with it was that lots of people just tapped away to spell out complete horrible words.
Really?
Well,
and just obscenity into the cube, which everybody could see when they loaded it on their app. So you could spin it around and someone would have said something obscene on there. for the world to see. And apparently this was all a big experiment because Molyneux was playing with our mind.
It was I had to say, it was something of an interesting thing. The game was called Curiosity. I was intrigued by it, and it was one of those things that I think it was the notion that I was perfectly aware what I was doing was absolutely worthless.
Yeah, you were tapping.
I was literally just tapping blocks away. I wasn't gaining anything. I knew I wasn't likely to win, like playing the lottery.
Well,
I
you were
suppose.
supposedly partaking in a social experiment.
And I partook in it, and I found it quite interesting. It was the right name, Curiosity. I was curious, but it was, I think, the fact that I was aware I was doing something that was inherently pointless, but I sort of carried on doing it anyway for a length of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sort of, it's almost video games in a nutshell, just boiled down to an incredibly simple, repetitive task.
Just sounds like a cookie clicker type thing.
It was. It was the most, simplistic game you could get. Spin a cube, tap away on the little cubes, and then it got smaller and smaller and smaller, but it took forever.
Yeah.
I even think that during that process of it being out there, that they actually cut massive chunks out of it, or reduced the amount of layers you'd have to get through to get to the centre, because people were getting bored.
I was going to say, if it's that huge...
Because you had no idea how long it was going to be.
Yeah, so people would sit there for like however long and just be like, well, I'm getting nowhere, so I can't be bothered.
That was it, because no one knew. I mean, the layers, you could tap away for ages and you didn't know if you'd gone through a layer or not. It would change colour. And then
they'd have different sort of images.
Yeah, or some were images. And it'd be like reveal the images, and they were supposed to mean purpose in life. But yeah,
it'd be like making a decision to have a gobstopper.
Okay.
And say, I'm going to take one lick every day to see how long it's going to take me to get to the centre. And after a year, you'd realise it looked exactly the same fucking size. It would just take you so fucking long. So I think, yes, they must have just
I don't think anybody bought
away.
the diamond pickaxe.
Do you not? I was going to ask if you did know. There were like 3 or 4 different
you
ones.
Could get gold,
like $5,
silver,
$10 and $20, and then the leap to whatever it was, $50,000.
Yeah.
Madness.
I mean, I don't think anybody bought that one, but people were spending, like I say, $15 on a gold pickaxe. I mean,
it's an odd
and not getting anywhere,
but not getting anything for it. I mean, that's the thing of it. If even if you'd spent the $50,000, there was no guarantee. You were not paying to win.
Yeah,
it wasn't necessarily even going to increase your chances.
No.
Unless you were the only person playing it.
Well, this is the thing. The guy that won it just had heard about it, never tried it, and on out of a whim one day had got I think a new phone or something that would play apps, and just thought, it seems to be number 1 in the charts. I'll click on it. Clicked on it, signed in, tapped it, won. One tap apparently, literally, from what I understand, and that was what he got out of it. He won it, and then there had been thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people doing this for months and months and months and months in this apparent social experiment. And he picks it up once, taps it once, and wins.
I guess it's not so bad if he wasn't committed to it and then thought, I'll buy this expensive one to see if I can do it. If he just managed to get it without paying for anything, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
it didn't cost him anything.
Yeah, even if the experience
apparently
was
he got nothing.
Yeah,
well, he definitely got nothing, and he still hasn't got anything now. I think someone interviewed him for a big,
I remember,
publication saying, how's your life changed? Not much, not really. I went to the pub without Peter Molyneux.
That was great.
That was the best thing.
Dodge that bullet.
From what I understand, I think he said when the video played, because that was what was at the centre.
That was it. Yeah.
He thought, everybody must have seen the video. Because it
was his choice, wasn't it? That was the thing. He could tell people if he wanted to.
Oh yeah, afterwards they gave him
the choice. But that was the choice. I think that was always known ahead of time, that the winner will get to see something, and it will be up to them whether they decide to share it with the world or not. I think they had to say something to get people curious again, because people were getting bored. So that's why they came out and said that. But yes, you're exactly right. Anyway, it's a good
that
one.
was a pointless trinket.
Well, there you go.
It promised the world, but don't ever have a bet with Molyneux.
Don't listen to Molyneux.
Never. I think it's a life lesson for us all, really. I think the first one I'm going to talk about is actually something I just thought of when you were talking about sort of free to play, essentially.
Yeah.
It's the sort of slightly new, I suppose all special editions seem to be relatively new by and large when we talk about the sort of history of video games, but something that came out with Wolfenstein, which was the special edition without the game.
Yeah, it was the figure, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the
dog soldier.
I don't remember
the robotic dog.
Yeah, so this was a game special edition. So it came in a sort of little wooden crate, and it had a fairly sizable statue of the sort of the Robo-Hound.
Yeah.
And it had a passport, and loads of other little sort of trinkety bits and pieces. And it was about £200, I think.
200.
It was not inexpensive, certainly. It was a good 100, it was 150, 200, I think.
Yeah.
So a good 100, 150 or 200. And it just came without the game.
I don't understand that.
And there's been another one, and I can't think what it is, that came out after that. But that's certainly the first special edition that you could pre-order at a games shop that didn't come with a game. Obviously, you can buy figures of game characters elsewhere, or you could buy art books or T-shirts or whatever at any point. But this was something that came out at the same time as the game. But you just had to pre-order the game or buy the game independently, which seemed odd, because if you're prepared to spend, let's call it 150. If you're prepared to spend 150 quid on that, you are going to buy the game?
Yeah.
So why not just put that in there?
Was it an oversight? Was it like they forgot?
It might well have been. They're just trying to cover their tracks.
And then they sent it away to get made, and then suddenly went, shit.
But
we haven't put the game in.
But you could add that into the package.
Yeah, you could
just
contact,
a gap, just to drop the box.
Give it to the and
just give it away.
Or that at least, or you could have put the digital code in for it was PS4, Xbox One, and they came out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360.
Yeah, it was.
But you could have said this edition is only the digital version for the PC, Xbox One and PS4, and just drop the digital code in there.
Or just contact the company selling it and say, we messed up, just when they come to collect it, hand them the thing as well.
It just seems a bizarre thing that you'd be asking for a huge, relatively large amount of money for something and then not include the game.
It's the first thing
for the launch,
But that's the thing, if they're marketing it as a special edition for this upcoming game.
Yes, the collector's edition, I think they probably would have called it. And yes, you'd have to be a collector. But given that Wolfenstein hadn't had a game in 10 years? Maybe not quite 10 years.
Return to Wolfenstein was on the 360, wasn't it?
No, that was on the Xbox.
No, they did another.
There was just called Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Oh, was it just called Wolfenstein?
Just Wolfenstein. That was the one on the Xbox 360, the PS3, and PC, I guess. I don't know when that was, but it must have been 7-8 years. It's been a while, and I don't remember that having a special edition. This seemed like such a huge.
And the crazy thing about that is that you get that special edition, and you don't give them what was actually a really good game.
Yeah,
absolutely. You don't give them the bit that's the meat of the sandwich.
But I think that leads on to something else which I find slightly bizarre. I remember speaking to someone, I can't remember who it was, I don't know if it was either of you. The notion that you will have a special edition or a collector's edition for a game that has had no prior release. So a brand new IP.
Okay.
So I get it if you have something like, say, Street Fighter 5, there was the Ryu statue.
Yeah.
Okay, now when you've had something like that, Street Fighter has a legacy, has a large number of fans already that would really like to have a statue of Ryu.
Yeah.
But if this was the very first game, who the fuck's Ryu?
Yeah.
Why do I don't know if I like Ryu. And yet you'll get with brand new IPs, fantastic special editions. And it's like, it's a very bold statement to make.
Well, it's prying on your hype already, isn't it? The hype of the game's come out, you've got your hype around you and you're getting excited. And obviously they want some more money from you.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to do is pry on your hype and sell you some extra things to do with the thing that you're really excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a friend who's getting the Homefront game, and he's getting the tank edition or whatever, Goliath edition, which comes with that Goliath tank in it, and it's got a remote control car in it. Mm. And the game's media mixed reviews,
but it has. This is a sequel.
Yeah, but it is a sequel. Yeah, and he's buying it off the back of what he's previously bought. But I mean,
I'm talking about games that
he's sort of the hype for that. I think he was one of the only people I know that got so hyped for that ages ago before it even got announced.
But I just think it's odd when you have a game that has no prior history in any way, shape or form.
Kind of like Overwatch.
Exactly. That's what I wanted you to start talking about.
Yeah, so Overwatch is the Blizzard's newest IP that kind of came out of the cancelled MMO. I can't remember the name of now.
Oh, I was just about to ask you.
It's gone. Look that up yourself.
That's what we're here for, folks.
You're giving people homework now.
Yes, that's their research to do. Anyway, so brand new IP. So they're getting excited about that. They had the open beta not that long ago. And so you can get the standard edition of the game, the Origins edition, which comes with like a few extra skins, and then you get the big collector's edition. So you get a nice book in there with some art and some lore to the new world that everyone's going to experience, a soundtrack, I think, like other normal kind of stuff, and then a statue. And so to me, before I knew what the statue was, I imagined it would be the mascot, which is Tracer.
Yeah.
That you see on the box art, that you see on posters and whatnot.
Front and centre in the
Exactly.
trailers.
Don't talk about a bum though.
But yeah,
God, I'm not allowed to talk
no,
about bum.
that's-
She doesn't have a bum. She's
No.
bumless.
Yeah.
Bumless.
Yeah.
So when I saw
She's got great
recently
tits.
that she does, but when I saw someone unbox the collector's
You
edition,
just passed me that towel.
No, because it's worth 70,000.
Sorry. I don't realise you were using it.
Why did you put my costume on as well? No one's ever worn that.
well, we've all taken turns in it.
God, you've ruined it.
No, it's just
Lost
worth.
about £1,000 worth of value off
That's
that.
worth so much more
Yeah,
now.
it's added to the value.
And it stinks.
Have a sniff.
No. Anyway, Tracer's bum. Let's get back to that.
Get back to that. Fresh and firm as a Georgia peach. Look at that.
So, the statue... Oh, he's gone. We've lost him.
So the statue that comes with the collector's edition,
It's okay, folks,
you
he's
would
back.
expect would be Tracer and a beautiful posterior.
Yeah, she is the mascot.
Exactly.
Even
But
if it was just her ass.
yeah, even that.
Just that.
They did it with Dead Island, didn't they? But you got the
Yeah, with the bust.
zombie bikini
That was fucking
bust thing.
weird as fuck. Anyway, sorry, Harry.
So the guy gets through all of the other gubbins, then pulls out the statue, and then takes it out of the box. And it turns out it's Soldier 76, which is not even really one of the most iconic character of the bunch. He doesn't really stand out.
That's sort of A-list, not even B-list.
Yeah.
Getting onto the C-list.
He's like way off
He'll
in
be
the
on-
back.
He'll be on Big Brother soon.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
And so he pulls the figure out, and it's not even painted or anything. It's just like a black model.
How big is this, approximately? A foot? Why is that funny?
Sounded funny, but I agree. I was about to say, is it a foot?
I'm crap with measurements, so you'd have to like show
A
me.
30 centimetres.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's a
about
foot.
that, about
Okay,
that.
all right.
So, hey, don't give me that look. So he puts the figure on the table.
The size of a full subway. That's 12 inches.
It's a foot long.
Yeah, it's a foot long.
But I've never had a Subway, so I wouldn't know. So yeah, it just looked really, really bland and boring because there was like no colour to it or anything.
Did it actually look like it was a decent, a well-made model?
That's
at
the thing,
least?
you couldn't tell.
Because it was solid black.
Yeah,
That
and
would
because
be insane if you made a really good sculpture and then you just didn't paint it and it looked shit because you didn't paint it.
and they didn't even, as far as I can remember, they didn't do any like close-up shots of that, so you couldn't even get a good look at it. But they were there like, oh wow, look at this.
So hang on, was the guy unboxing it, was this Blizzard?
No, it was games. What's the YouTube one? GameSpot.
GameSpot.
Yeah, I think it was a guy from there.
Oh, okay.
But
So,
then
because I was going to
there
say if
is-
it's Blizzard, maybe they were hiding it from purpose.
But they would have done that if it is. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be sort of paid for in some respects
Yeah,
with
yeah.
adverts all over the websites and so on. So they probably would have. Of course, they're going to get enthusiastic over it. I very much doubt they'd have just torn the box open and go, "Well, that's shit. This is rubbish.
Be honest.
This looks ropey as fuck.
Yeah.
Where's my tracer butt?
Where's the towel?
Yeah,
No towel.
this is ridiculous."
Yeah, it just seems odd, first of all, to do a collector's edition of a game that's so new and that no one's really invested in the characters or world just yet.
Well, not that character, at least.
Yeah, exactly. And then the fact that it's Soldier 76, which no one gives a toss about.
Is he not very charismatic then, or anything?
No, not at all.
There are
He's
more
got-
exciting characters.
Because when you look into him, just because I am very excited about this game, he was like a hero back in the day who everyone thought was dead. And he's just suddenly reappeared, but he's got like this mask over his face, so you can't really see what he looks like underneath.
Peter Molyneux.
He's probably a robot.
That's what
robot
happens.
Molyneux.
Yeah.
And so he's just like this badass good guy, but he's like really monotone.
The thing is, I mean, I'm not interested in this game, but even me looking at the characters, I get excited by the creativity of some
Yeah,
of them. They're different.
some of them look
It's a
really
good
cool.
They look
variety of
very, very
characters,
good.
yeah,
He's the
absolutely.
most
Because the way...
boring of the lot.
Because I watched a documentary about the creation process of the game, and they referred to him as being the character that's there for COD and Battlefield fanboys.
Oh,
like, he was
really?
just built to be generic soldier.
Generic Gears of War man.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is odd because therefore you'd think the people that are invested in splashing out for this are probably not the sort of people, or if those are the Call of Duty people that you are trying to appeal to with this,
Yeah.
I don't think they're the people that are likely to fork out that money
Not at
for
all.
a special edition.
Because it's Blizzard as well, all the core fans would want collector's stuff, and they
Yeah.
would want one of these interesting, unique characters rather than generic Soldier Man.
And almost all of the other ones look more interesting.
Yeah.
From the what little I know, there's the big pig dude,
Roadhog.
Winston,
He's
Roadhog,
the Viking dwarf guy.
that guy.
Torbjorn,
He looks cool.
Zenyatta, the like monk robot. He
Yeah.
looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not going to splash out for this, no?
No, not at all. I have no interest, just because I thought, like, all of the other stuff, nice artwork, like lore, soundtrack, that kind of stuff, would be interesting, but I think that it's over £100 probably.
If they had an edition that took out Soldier 76 but had the other bits,
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
probably
at a
get
much
it.
reduced
Yeah,
price.
yeah,
Okay.
I'd probably
He'd
get
definitely
it.
splash out for Tracer.
It's all about Diva.
Splash out on Tracer.
That's right. Yeah, it's that's the other one. It's Diva.
Just a
Is it RuPaul?
yes,
Is it Diana Ross with lots of surgery? I'd buy that as a statue.
in a big
you?
mech.
Like in 76 years old. How old is she?
92. I've no
Oh,
idea.
wow. Oh.
No, I should think. Yeah, 70s, 80s. I should think.
Is it Cher? Like Bionic Cher?
If you want it to be.
That would be cool. They missed a trick there.
You think? Well, there's always Overwatch 2. Well, there's DLC. They'll be, could
Yeah.
suggest it to Blizzard. Just
Exactly.
give them a call.
Get
Drop them an
onto
email.
them.
Can I have a painted Bionic Cher?
Why not?
Fair enough.
And also add her into the game. Don't forget.
Yeah.
No, fuck
No.
no. I just want the figure.
You just like Blizzard to manufacture
Just for me.
just for you. Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to splash out over Cher. Anyway,
Someone's got to.
I can't believe they didn't paint it.
That does seem like a bizarre choice.
Is it a case of this is like a prototype? The one you'll get will actually be finished.
As far as I'm aware, when they introduced it, they were like, "This is the collector's edition."
When did you watch it? Was it like ages ago, or is it?
No, I think it was like last week at some point.
Oh, because it's out pretty soon.
yeah,
next
it's
So
next
if
week.
it was out, if that's what they showed you, and it's like that,
That'll
then
be
that's
it.
what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people who've pre-ordered that have suddenly gone, well, fuck that then.
God knows. Because I don't think it would be something because they sold out fairly quick.
The statue edition.
Yeah,
Which, just as a tiny aside, that reminded me, because the last unboxing I ever saw was for the, I don't watch many of them, if any of them really,
no, I don't tend to.
was the Dark Souls 3 one.
No, no
I
surprises there.
Because I wanted to...
Do you like Dark Souls?
I'm a fairly... You just pass the towel over while I'm talking about this, please. Obviously, I'm a huge fan, and I wanted to see how big the Gorn, I want to say? Yawn the Giant. It was the Prestige edition.
Oh yeah, that was the one that went.
There was
very
like
quickly.
£300 or whatever it was. It was a very expensive edition, but very, very limited numbers.
Yeah.
What really pissed me off was obviously very limited number, but I saw, or when I went onto YouTube, umpteen unboxing videos of this.
Right.
So it's like, this is limited edition for fans.
But they've
they've
given
sent
him review to
10, 20, whatever it would be, to various different companies. So IGN and
get-
GameSpot
yeah.
and Microsoft had one and Sony had one. It's like, well, that's lovely, but just give them another one, because they would always show, and look, you can see the number
Yeah.
on the bottom of this one is 177.
They didn't say, oh, by the way, this one's mine because I'm getting it. Or
But the point
something,
being
or
that
whatever. They
surely
just sent it as a kind
these
of
are for-
bonus for those reviewers.
But they
Yeah.
had number on it, so this is its unique number. So if,
this
if
is
you
one
ended
of
up,
the back.
because if you ended up with, if you're a fan, you probably would watch this video,
Yeah.
and someone might well get number 177 and go, well, is this second hand, or are they just lying to us?
I guess those
By saying
reviews
it's
kept
limited
them,
numbers.
you know.
Yeah, so therefore it's like less for like genuine fans
So
that want
it's
to buy
not
these
like
things.
200 available. It's not because they've had to put some aside.
Because there
for
would have been,
reviewers.
various companies would have had them as just like corporate gifts.
Yeah.
I hate to
suppose,
admit
this sort
it,
of
but
shit.
that happens in all walks of life.
Of course
I know
it does,
exactly
of
why you're
course it
saying
does.
that.
But it's just one of those
It is
irritating
unfair.
things. You've got a limited number, and the number is actually far more limited than you actually think it is.
Yeah.
And
but
all these fuckers getting them for nothing.
the problem is, I mean, the only way to fix that is to do the unboxing themselves. And
Just
then
them.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
And that's it. And then send out the video, because I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I have a friend who's a massive football fan and went to Wembley to watch England and was amazed by how empty half the stadium was when the second half started. And it's because they give out all these tickets to
Yes.
PR events.
Yeah.
And they're all people that don't give a toss about football. Go there to get pissed and hammered.
Yeah.
And the hoi polloi just to show off and be there.
Yeah.
And you're thinking all those seats for all those people that dedicate themselves to following Anyway, the principle is the same as what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
How come you didn't get one? I know the answer is because it was $300 or whatever. Were you tempted at any point, since you're
Honestly,
the biggest
no,
Dark Souls fan I know?
I wasn't. Only because with that sort of thing, you would never know the quality of it until you actually had purchased it, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's a huge risk to take on something that is a relative unknown quantity.
But I would imagine you would have studied these videos to death and all the info you could get on it.
Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a big Dark Souls fan. I do love it, and I've got art books and all sorts. Some of them figurines and T-shirts and whatever.
Yeah.
But that thing as a price, of the mindset for this sort of thing, that if I really wanted to purchase a figurine of whatever it might be, I would go to a website that explicitly sold figurines, the Play Arts Kai toys, or what's the name of the other company that does the Slideshow Collectibles, those sorts of things that sell really good, high quality.
I'm forever looking at those, but they're always hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yes, they are, but it's a ridiculously high quality product.
Exactly.
And they've got
the reputation to back it up.
And you can zoom in and you can see all the different head pieces you could put on, or hands, or peripherals, or all the other little bits and pieces.
Sort of. I've been stung by that before.
Sure, but at least that you can do a lot of research.
But the quality is generally...
And the quality, by and large, is going to be assured, otherwise they wouldn't still keep knocking them out for those prices. But you'd get your pick of exactly what you wanted, by and large, whereas this would be $300, and it's going to be what it is.
And you're taking a punt on it.
And you are taking a punt.
And you just get a shitty image, one single image to look at.
Yeah, that's a huge risk to take on something that you just don't know how good it is.
It would have been amazing if it turned up and it was a picture of a statue.
That's all you got, yeah. Sorry, or just...
a bit of old laminate. Here, get your chops around that. Here's a bit of laminate, a statue in laminate.
Or you just get a block of marble and say the statue is in there. You just have to chip it out.
Yeah.
Do you get instructions at least?
No.
Oh. Yeah, it says hit this,
chip.
hit this.
Chip away.
Chip, one word. It's got chip written on a page. In gold. Nice gold letters. It just says chip. Step 1, chip.
Step 2, completed statue. Step 3,
but
cry.
Yeah, that does bring us back round to, were you tempted by Soldier, was his name 77?
76.
76, I was so close.
You were very close.
Were you tempted and then you saw this video and thought, fuck that?
I was never tempted just because it was Soldier 76.
If it was Tracer, or no, what was the name of your favourite character again?
Diva.
Diva. If it was Diva,
I probably would have been more interested.
Do you think you would have gone, if it was a high quality I suppose if it was just the black, just that sort of solid block of onyx.
That's crazy.
Less so. But if it was a well painted,
then yeah, I'd probably be straight in there.
Yeah,
you would be. Money at the ready.
Drill the hole in it.
I do know they did it with the Batman figure. It was the Arkham Knight figure, which apparently they had to change something on it. I think because it gave away the.
Oh, it was a gravestone or something. Wasn't it?
It was a statue.
Oh, it had
a tribute statue, and then it had Arkham Knight written on it.
Yeah, but then the year he died.
Or something. It gave away like a clue to what happens in the game before the game was released.
That's a bit shit.
But that was totally black, and apparently, I think in the game the statue, because there's like a tribute statue, and I've never played it, I've seen it, heard about it, but I believe there's like a monument is the word I'm after.
Yes.
And that's what it's meant to be, and it's nice and marbly in the game, and it looks like a monument, like it should do.
Yeah.
And it's, a moody gothic Dark Knight. But the actual one that turned up was, again, like a foot long, and just solid plastic, but really crappily moulded, and really like all these plastic moulding marks all over it where they hadn't like finished it off or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like the last 3 that they're just shoving down the conveyor belt. Get it done, get it in the box. Don't paint the last 5 because we haven't got fucking time. Just wang them down there in that box. Just wrap it in, shove paper in. We can't even put it in polystyrene and they showed the picture of what it looked like, and it did not look rubbish. But I'm wondering if it was the same like model makers.
There may well be just one company that knocks this shit out.
Or just one guy.
It probably is just one guy. One bored, irritated guy.
Spent a year painting his own one. And then went, have you got those 5,000 statues? Yeah, this is what the paint job's going to look like. Wow.
Yeah, if they deliberately just make one.
It's out tomorrow. You got them ready? Well, I did this one.
But just one out of every. If they do 500, one has like a grotesque addition to it in some capacity. So just something awfully wrong with it. Really terribly offensively wrong with it.
Well, they did it with Saints Row, didn't they? You could get that big old dildo baseball bat.
Could you?
Yeah, it was about
A real one.
4 foot. Yeah, proper dildo. But
Seriously?
they put in the game you can buy a dildo.
You
Yeah,
can,
I know about
Is
that.
this the one that Jim Sterling has then?
Yeah.
Oh, that I thought I just assumed that was made for, or
I know.
asked
He's
for
pretty
it for his
weird, but
birthday.
no, I believe it was a promotional thing with
I don't-
Saints Row.
the third, I know, wasn't it? Wasn't the fourth? Was it the
It was
fourth
the
one?
third one.
Because the fourth one had a couple of different editions. The Wob Wob one, which was
Yeah.
just the.
Either way, it was a giant
It was just a giant
big dildo on a bat.
Oh,
I
You
didn't
know.
realise they actually made one.
Yeah, I think it was probably a very limited edition.
Yeah, I
type
can
thing,
imagine
you
it
know?
would
the
be.
demand, I imagine, not enormous
No, you'd have to really, really, really love the franchise.
or
Cocks.
really big dildos. Yeah, I suppose.
You can swing around and hit people with.
Well, you do it in the game, but then that game doesn't take itself seriously, does it?
No, that's the thing.
But did you guys mention something earlier on about Saints Row?
I thought you were going to say about dildos.
Yeah.
No.
Talking
that was
of
a
cock.
that was a conversation.
The $1 million edition, Saints Row 4.
Yeah, tell
So
me
the
about
present-
it.
It cost $1 million. I mean, that's the short version. Is this was as far as I know, this is probably the most expensive special edition of a game available. $1 million.
Well, no,
no,
'cause Harry
apparently
can
not.
beat
Oh,
that.
okay,
No,
fair
no.
enough. Okay,
But we'll get to that. I didn't, but I just,
Go on, you
I
can
just
do it.
wonder if you have that much money and you have an edition like that, you're buying it because you want to say, "Look what I just did."
I would imagine
You don't
Yeah.
care what it is that's in that.
I very much suspect the whole point of the $1 million edition was marketing.
It was a PR stunt, obviously.
Of course
yeah,
it was. No, I don't think they would ever have actually expected to have sold it.
Yeah, I don't think Molyneux expected anybody to buy a 20,000.
But they put it there because it
Diamond
would have got
pickaxe.
umpteen amounts of press regarding the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is that it was not to be taken seriously. The games are not to be taken
No,
seriously.
not at all.
Certainly from the second to third one when they really just started going, fuck this noise, let's just go crazy.
Yeah.
Let's not do GTA because no one can do GTA better than the guys that already make GTA. So we'll go our own way, which was the right thing for them to do. So this was replete with holidays, stays in hotels,
Car, Lamborghini.
supercar, a plastic surgery voucher. I think was
That
the
was- yeah.
weirdest thing.
That's awesome.
That's such a
What a
bizarre
thing to
That
give away.
seems like such a bizarre
It's
thing.
2 tokens for an hour.
Yeah,
Old Mickey's slap up face a grab surgery and centre.
using my brand new Plasticine-O-Matic.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things
And
that, yeah,
bats.
just in an hour. Just we'll do what we can in an hour, and whatever you end up looking like,
Yeah.
like Quasimodo, that's fine.
I want the full Brad Pitt meets Quasimodo, and you've got an hour to do it. Can you do it?
But you just come out looking like Cher.
Yeah. And that's why they give you the Lamborghini, because then once you get in, you have to drive so fast so you don't slow down so
And a
nobody
trip
can see
into
you.
and a trip into space,
to then
because that's where you're
Yeah.
banned to, because you're not allowed to stay on Earth
stay
anymore.
in
You're so
space.
fucking ugly.
it was well thought through then.
Yeah, all makes sense now. Stay in a hotel so you can just cry away from everyone. Have food brought up.
Mm.
Yeah.
And how is the surgery?
I'm recovering slowly.
Mm.
Really.
And your bank account?
Yeah.
Bet you wish you'd just got the 3-foot dildo now.
I've got that as well. I've had that removed. That's where half
From the box. Got removed from the box.
a box of sorts. Yes. Never mind.
Yeah, £1 million is insanity, and I can't think that anybody buying that, like I say, is doing it for the fact that they're getting out
No
of it
one
what
does.
they want.
No, because
other than fame.
The
I mean,
point being that if you could afford the $1 million to buy it, you are by you are therefore a millionaire. You would already have the trappings of being a millionaire. You would
Yeah,
already have
yeah.
a fancy car. You don't need plastic surgery. You're already fucking rich. Doesn't matter. Have a look at my bank account. Now come and sit on my cock.
so I wonder how.
It doesn't matter what you look like.
I mean, they have to advertise it, and it's a PR stunt.
Yeah, of course.
I wonder if it was actually even real.
I suppose they would have to have had it just in case
Yeah.
someone did. But then if someone's prepared, given that it said that it cost, someone priced it all up independently, and the total was something like $680,000.
Right.
So it was, $300,000 short of what it would have cost, which would have meant if someone did go to Deep Silver,
Yep.
here's $1 million.
No, Deep Silver. No, it wasn't Deep Silver.
Deep
It's
Silver's Dying
violation.
Light.
Violation.
That's it. Violation.
Deep Silver's Dying Light, isn't it?
Yes. If someone said to them, look, here's $1 million, they could have gone and bought it all.
Yeah.
The only thing that I guess would have been the trickier things, I think plastic surgery, voucher, okay, fine. Buying a car, okay. Holidays, not a problem. The trips into space, I imagine there's a limited number of tickets for those, but I guess they just keep selling them. You're just on a waiting list.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I would imagine that if someone had stumped up the $1 million for whatever reason, it wouldn't have been a problem because they could just buy all the crap. Nothing was like stupidly limited edition stuff that would have to have been pre-made or something like that. They could have just gone and bought all the crap afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that is the Saints Row thing, $1 million edition, which I thought would have been the most expensive. Apparently not. So is now the time? Do we get to find out?
Tell us about Dying Light, Harry.
Are you ready?
I have a list of what you got in the first one.
I'm interested.
So
Yes,
you know.
the first
Yeah,
one.
so we'll start off with that one.
Okay, we'll go for the first one.
So with the original release of Dying Light, they brought out the Apocalypse Edition. Is that what it was
That
called?
sounds
Yeah, it
right.
was. Some people called it the Bunker Edition,
Yeah.
but it was technically called the Apocalypse
Yeah.
Edition.
And so you pay £250,000 for that. That gets you your face in the game. Gets you parkour lessons, custom-built zombie-proof shelter, which is, I guess, where the shelter edition comes from.
Proper one.
Yeah, like a full-size.
But it looked like a shitty shack.
I think that was
Like
just
a
like
hunter's shack that you wouldn't want to go anywhere
I feel like
near.
that would have just been an image they'd have used for it.
Because I think they said that
I think it was built.
It would sort of be built to your specifications, wasn't it? It wasn't
I
like it
thought
was
they
literally
built it.
No,
and
no,
then
no,
here
no.
it is, it's
Fabricated
there in
shed,
that
you're just gonna-
field.
No.
Yeah.
They would, once whoever bought it, they'd be like, right, we're going to build this for you here. How do you want it? That kind of thing.
Where do you want it?
Yeah, and that. You got a
Trafalgar Square.
Buckingham Palace lawn, please.
That's right, yeah.
a
Build it on the moon, motherfucker.
But then what's the point? How are you going to get to
All right,
it?
we just
I
got to
don't
get on
care.
the phone to Violition because
If you-
they got tickets going up
If you
there.
could afford the 250k, that's just silly money. You can afford to just be a dick.
That is true.
Go build it on the moon.
You are definitely a dick if you're spending 250,000 on a fucking special edition of Dying Light.
Yep.
It costs $250,000.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the dick bit. You are a dick.
Anyway, sorry, do carry on.
You get a human-sized volatile statue, which is just one of the creatures from
Yeah.
2 Razer headsets.
Ooh, that's what I was after.
Yeah.
That's where you're spending the money.
4 signed copies of the game, so I guess the co-op element of it.
Yeah.
Night vision goggles and nappies.
Nappies?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then a trip to Techland Studio, a party, and you get to play with the game with the devs. It was like an infection mode. It's like, in the small print, it's like, it'll be rigged so you can brag to all your mates you beat everyone, kind of thing.
A party without Molyneux, I hope.
Again, when you've got that much money, bragging about that sort of
Yeah.
shit is small potatoes.
But yeah, that's 200.
Shut up. Sit on my dick.
That was 250,000.
Yep. And so they ended up releasing an expansion called The Following, which when that came out, they just released like a Game of the Year edition, so you got the base game and all the DLC. And so they went one step further with a special edition, or quite a few steps further.
Yeah, quite.
And this costs
Get this, mate.
6.8 million, or 9. It was like essentially 9,999,000 whatever dollars.
Fuck my balls. This is
6.8 million.
pounds.
And
Sterling.
this is still for sale because I looked on the
No, really?
I looked on the website you can get it from, and you can buy it from Game.
No.
To be honest with you, I think
Seriously?
there's probably thousands of copies of the standard Following for sale, let alone the fucking
Okay,
6.8
right.
million.
So what do you get in this?
And just say when you go to, let's say, purchase this, you have to contact Techland themselves
That's understandable.
because
thought so. When you have that much money, you get your people to do it.
yes.
You're too busy
would.
being
just
sat
going
on.
down the phone box on the high street.
And so all of this money goes towards acting lessons from good old, well-known Roger Craig Smith.
Who?
I had to look this up. He apparently is a comedian and voice actor, and I looked at the voices, and he did Chris Redfield, current voice of Chris Redfield, and Ezio.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
that's all right.
Yeah.
Never heard of him, but now I know who he is.
yeah.
Yeah. He's getting his checkbook out.
I'm still not going to give him 6.8 million.
He's
And
put his checkbook away.
And then it kind of gets to this point where I'm like, I feel like this is all just bullshit and for PR. So you get a supporting role in the Dying Light movie.
which you are entirely financing, just as an FYI.
Getting the coin jar out, okay.
A screening tour. So when they're going off to show it off to everyone, you just get to go along.
To the red carpet event, you mean?
Exact. Yeah.
Yeah.
A personal
I'm
trailer
already famous.
on set.
A what?
Personal trailer on set. So it could be
Caravan.
like, yeah.
£6.8 million.
I imagine this is
and
the
a caravan.
this will be the unsold zombie bunker from the previous game.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
imagine. Yep.
Stuntman and parkour training for your time when you're filming
Okay.
all the action sequences. Off-road driving course. The original copy of the script to the Dying Light movie.
Right.
10 VIP tickets on the opening night. So I'm guessing for mates or whatever. Special effects makeup session. Become the voice of Kyle Crane. So the character that's already in it and already been voiced. And then
Become the voice of it.
Yeah, so they're just going to change
So they
it.
got
I
this
guess.
badass actor who's done some famous characters in games, and then you're going to overdub him.
Because what if you had just like...
And he's going to have to train you to do it.
Yeah.
What a kick in the balls. Although he's getting 6.8 million, he doesn't give a fuck.
But what if a woman buys it?
That's what I was just thinking, yeah.
Or someone with... Hello!
Who's
I
that?
saw the zombies! If that's what you sounded like. And you got to change that. Oh no, the zombies are coming. Help! That would just be rubbish.
And then 4
Anyway.
copies of the game.
None of that at any point adds up to anywhere near
copies of the game.
£6.8 million.
Yeah. But don't worry, for those that are listening and have the money, it is still available for purchase. So don't fret.
That is just a con. That's
6.8 million.
Well, the fact it's like a Dying Light movie, which isn't even in the works as far as I can
because
tell.
they haven't got the money
Exactly.
for
So
it.
basically, you're paying to get the movie made.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in order to do that, they have to give away the only thing they can, which is you're the starring role.
No, you're supporting.
Oh, you're not even the starring
You're not the
role.
star.
You're putting up the money.
You are
So you
supporting
are
the
the
entire
producer.
production.
You are the executive producer of this whole franchise.
That will get a small part in there.
You only
Yeah.
get to be the
So you
cameo.
get, here's £6.8 million.
Apparently,
Go
you're
and film it on the fucking moon, motherfuckers.
apparently you're a cameo as a zombie because you get makeup as well.
Yeah.
So you don't even get to be yourself,
Nope.
and you then have to do all the voice work for the other actor.
Yep.
So they're going to make you speak your parts, and then you have to dub another actor.
No, because this will be for the game, I guess. 'Cause
So
it
there's
says,
no continuity between the game and the
yeah, I
film.
don't understand
How
then
can
how
that
it's
be?
gonna
Because
work.
the following's out.
Exactly.
So how are you going to have to go and re-record every line?
Maybe it's just for your edition. They'll just produce one version with your... If you've got £6.8 million to spend, go and make your own fucking game.
Yeah. Go to the moon.
Yeah.
Don't buy the following.
No, just
Sit on my cock.
Fuck
just
the
go to the
following.
moon.
Why
just
does
do it.
everybody keep shouting, "Sit on my cock"? It's getting worrying
If
now.
you say it enough, someone will fall for it.
Fall on it. Oh, yeah, 6.8 million. That's amazing.
But that's like a ridiculous jump. Just it's gotta be all bullshit.
They're just
won't.
hoping someone falls for it. Someone is just going to be dumb
I tell
enough
you,
to
I would, if I found out someone had
accidentally
done
financed a film. It's just madness. That is incredible.
if I found out someone did that, I would go to their house and punch them in the balls until my hand fell off for being so stupid. Because,
It is absolutely ridiculous.
no wonder it's still for sale, 6.8
But I'd
million.
never-
No one's got to be that stupid.
I'd never heard of it until recently. But at least with the original Dying Light game and that edition, I'd heard of that before. 'Cause I got a lot
yeah,
of
because it
press.
got kind of a lot of
heard
press,
that
didn't
one
it?
before.
But you'd imagine something like on this scale would get a lot of press as well.
And for millionaires, it was quite reasonable. $250,000.
Maybe it only turned up in Millionaire Monthly magazine.
Yeah, maybe it was
Billionaire
it
Monthly
wasn't, it
magazine.
wasn't enough.
Should have been ridiculous. $20 million. $50 million.
Maybe with their next game they'll do that.
Maybe that'll be it.
The unfollowing.
There'll just be you'll have to finance it though, completely. Stump up the cash. We need a new building. We need to get all new devs in, new computers, the lot. $50 million, please. You can come and have coffee with us. One on the moon, motherfucker.
But yeah, that is just
That
crazy.
wins.
silly.
That wins hands down. doesn't
I was
it?
thinking
Man, look
of
at me
that
with all the
game-
big ones.
Oh, listen to him.
Oh God! I
Should
can
we just
take
let you do the rest of the show?
take the towel off him.
Please don't.
Fucking towel's ruined.
Not yet.
It's completely stiff though. Look at it. Fucking hell. It's like a
Don't
board.
touch it, it'll shatter.
Yeah.
Tray.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were mentioning that there was another game where it didn't come with the game.
I can't think what it was
Was it
though.
the Call of Duty Fridge Edition?
No, that came with the game.
Did that come with the game?
Yeah.
did.
And what was that called? It was Newtown was the thing it was related to.
It was the Juggernog edition.
Juggernog, that was it.
That's the name of the beer.
But it was a fridge that was in the map, and it was quite a famous map that was popular.
Well, Juggernog has always been a thing, and
It's starting the zombie thing. It's a German
it was
brand of beer, I suppose.
because I don't think it was in the first map for the first zombies in World at War.
I don't remember that name at all. It's the only one I played, but I don't remember it from that.
Yeah, I think it came in like later DLC or something. They added it, and now it's just a staple in the zombies game mode.
So I saw the picture of this pre-order and thought, a fridge. Oh, it's like a retro 50s fridge. That's kind of cool. And I thought for the price, which I think was like 140, 150.
Something like that. Yeah.
I thought it was a full-size
No,
fridge.
it's a mini fridge.
It was I saw someone get one, and it was a tiny fucking box.
Yeah.
You get like 4 cans of something.
It was like 2 foot longs, Harry, if you want to measure it.
Okay.
If you need a reference. 2 foot longs put together. And I just thought, it's a fucking fridge with a picture on it. It wasn't even like a decent, cool fridge, you know, like an old school 50s one.
But the problem is, Call of Duty fans are so
fickle
and just in love with the franchise that they'll be blinded and think this is amazing.
I think the other thing is they've got themselves sort of caught in a trap, which actually they've got themselves out of for this one, or at least at the moment, the new one.
How?
Is that they have, well, in the sense that they have got trapped in the sense they've always produced editions that have come with something fairly ridiculous instead of night vision goggles or a drone type thing or a remote control vehicle. So they have to keep on making games with stupid things, big expensive editions. But so far the new one doesn't.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, it comes with the game that everybody wants, but you can't have it by itself. You have to buy.
But I'm just saying they have always produced a version that comes with a ridiculous, the prestige edition.
Yeah, there's no car, like remote control car or anything with the latest one.
No,
that they've announced yet, at least. But I guess they must have. They've done it for all the other ones.
It wouldn't surprise me.
But it might be that they already know that they're pissing enough people off by not releasing Modern Warfare 4
on its own.
Oh, sorry, Modern Warfare. No, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I mean that
independently, and everyone's already just pissed off.
I think it's going to sell bucket loads.
Of course it will. Of course it will.
Can I beat up Molyneux a bit more?
Go for your life. It's that time again.
Yeah, there was a sort of fabled. Oh, funny that I say that. There was a fabled pre-order about Fable 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of gone down in folklore a bit.
Which I think I did pre-order this.
And I'd never heard of this.
Because I was so excited, because I fucking loved the first Fable.
Fable's brilliant.
Absolutely adored that game.
Yeah,
Love
very
it.
good game. Fable 2 is a pretty good game. But the pre-order with this gave you the trinkets that were pretty good for the time. You didn't sort of get them in kind of... You got like an art book or you got a soundtrack or something. You didn't get as much as this. So the promise... This is the promise. Steel tin case. All right, that's standard.
Mm-hmm.
You got like an art book, a few stickers, a little bit of a making of DVD, like a little slip sleeve case, copy of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You got some tarot cards, limited edition, limited number. You got a cool bobblehead. Now, I don't know what it was. I thought it was of the dog because that was what was the big thing in Fable 2.
Yeah, so chances are.
I think so. You got a cool bobblehead, you got an art book, and that was what was promised. And it was like a nice presentation pack and everything else like that. You paid a good whack of money. I can't remember what it was. What did you...
honestly can't remember. I would have thought it would have been about 80 quid.
Yeah. So, I think it was like 2 weeks before the launch or something like that. It turns up that basically, we may have maybe not been entirely truthful.
Basically, he pulled a Molyneux.
Yeah, we're going to pull a Molyneux on you now. And so, that special edition you're going to get, it's, it's special. And all you got was a 30-minute making-of movie on a DVD.
Which, as far as I think they had done the Lionhead Diaries, which I remember watching because on Xbox 360 they were already. Well, I remember just watching them straight from my Xbox.
Yeah, that was it
when they came out, and I dare say all that was the DVD.
Yeah,
was literally just them. Which, if you were a fan that were prepared to buy that, chances are, like me, you would have watched them ahead of time.
So you got some videos you'd already seen.
Yeah, and you could just have it on a DVD.
Yeah,
and no towel, which
missing a trick there. But no, nothing. I mean, literally, you've taken the massive chunk of that and then said, whoops.
The worst thing is the fact it was like 2 weeks before the release.
Yeah.
But you'd sort of get it if, like, there was a manufacturing problem with one thing, and we've missed this thing.
Yeah.
But, like, fucking everything.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm there.
Like, I get you. Okay, the steel tins are a bit wanky, or the hinges are falling off, or they're not printed properly, or they're upside down, or whatever it might be. Okay, I get that. Or the tarot cards, there's actually playing cards instead. Or
That would be a bit of a kick in the balls. You chucked in this Top Trumps pack.
Yeah.
This Top Trumps
supercars
Top
from
Trump Gardens.
1978.
Fucking Top Trumps drain pipes.
But I get that one thing is a problem, but like everything.
Did they just forget? Like 2 weeks before?
I don't know.
Shit.
Has anyone ordered these? Does anyone remember this?
The only thing I can think of is the studio just
Pete
kept them all. Well, he kept them all, and he built a big castle in his back garden, made of Fable 2 special editions, where he sat inside crying like a little dwarven leper. I don't understand. I mean, that must be what is fucking up Lionhead, is inept organisation, because unfortunately they've gone now. And as much as we really enjoyed Fable 1 and Fable 2, Fable 3 was rubbish.
It's one of those things.
Fable Legends is not happening at all.
Fable 3 was a game that, I mean, in hindsight, it's not desperately strong, but I enjoyed it whilst I played it.
Yeah, it wasn't
they were
bad.
always good, solid games, but it's the first one was absolutely my favourite, still is my absolute favourite.
Yeah, easily.
But it would have been one of those things, maybe, I don't know, if the second one had come first, I would have preferred that.
Maybe. Fable sold consoles.
Oh, it did. It made me buy an Xbox.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I bought it for.
And I may not have had a 360 and an Xbox One had I not had Fable.
Yeah.
So it was a massive, massive franchise for Microsoft, certainly.
It was a bit of a shame that it's happened with Fable Legends, but then, having said that, going on their ineptness of their leader, their supreme leader.
But he'd gone at this point, so you do wonder
Not
whether...
for Fable 2.
No, but by the time you got around to sort of Legends and all the rest of it, and apparently Microsoft had turned down their pitch for Fable 4.
For Fable Legends?
No, for
Fable 4,
4.
yeah. People wanted Fable 4.
Well, they'd pitched it to Microsoft. And Microsoft had just said no for whatever reason. Maybe they just wanted to get in on the free-to-play
I guess,
annoyed
angle.
at not getting any of the special gifts with their pre-orders.
Finally. They played the long game.
You aren't going to fuck us over with the gifts this time, are you? No. Because I'm molling you. You can trust me.
Yeah.
Hey? And then suddenly running out the door. Car's door slamming. Screeching tyres. I've got the money! Fuck you lot! I'm off! As he leaves a trail of destruction. Yeah, good old Molyneux.
It's a shame that Lionhead has gone, because I did have a real soft spot for them, just based entirely around that Fable series, which I think, as we'd said before, was really all they had been.
I can't imagine.
But then it started to
recently.
slope down just with the shit they were pumping out with the franchise. Because you had the one that was made for the Kinect, which was Fable Journey.
But again, I think that by that point Microsoft had definitely, they really got their claws in them. I think they were probably forced. I need you to make this Xbox Live Arcade one, which was shite.
Yep.
Make this Kinect one, shite.
The free gift you got with that was that it was broken. That was the free gift.
With what?
The Kinect, the Journey.
What, the
one.
game
didn't work
broken?
properly.
Yeah.
Did it not? I never played
it. That was it. That was your freebie. Your pre-order bonus was brokenness. Tears. Free tears.
Supplied in a little vial.
Oh dear. Oh well. I just almost think, because it's the only one I've not played. I played the Fable Legends beta.
I've seen someone play it.
Fable. What was the...
I can't
Was
even
it
remember.
Heroes?
Something
I think
like
it was
that.
the Fable Heroes.
Like a little cute.
And obviously 1, 2 and 3, and then the remake of 1 and all the rest of it. I fucking love that. God damn it. What a bastard.
I was thinking of old pre-orders. Not pre-orders, gotta keep saying that. I was thinking of old trinkets and goodies. I remember when I was a young boy, back in today, my friend had I think it was probably a Commodore 64, and I couldn't afford one, so I went round and played on his Commodore 64. And I think we were really excited because a game had come out and it was called Barbarian. And being a pervy young boy of 12 or 11 or 12 or whatever.
I like big, muscular men.
I get this one with the big muscular man on, because that fucking Arnie looked like, whoa.
Makes me feel funny in my pants, Mum.
We got it because on the cover, you notice I say we sneaked in the game shop. I think it was probably...
We special.
I think it was like, I want to say HMV, but I don't know. It may have been Electronics Boutique or something like that. Even before then, I can't think. I think it might have been HMV. Went in there, sneaked in, picked it off the shelf, and we were taking it to till, and we were shaking because it had a big old picture of Maria Whittaker on the front. And at the time, she was a page-tree stunner. And those Bristols were worth every 20 whatever quid we crammed together out of our piggy banks to put together to get it. And then, amazingly, which blew our minds and blew our trousers off and blew a wall over with sheer delight, inside the box was a big, massive, giant fold-out poster of her. There was a muscly man on it, but it was mainly
You just
her.
scribbled that out.
Yeah, just...
Oh, he was on the poster. I thought it was just her. I know he was on the cover with...
She kind of was holding on to his leg, like you'd see on a typical, like, Conan book or
yes,
something
I know
like that,
something,
where
yeah.
she's, like, hanging on for dear life to this huge Conan-looking
Dear God,
dude.
he's going to pop.
Yeah, he's going to take off any minute. I better hold him down. Yeah, basically it was kind of her, but she was wearing next to nothing, and we were so delighted. I think that was probably the best free trinket I can think of in my entire
How big was the
collection.
poster? Is it like A1, A2?
Probably A3, because it had to
Okay.
fold down to get in a sort of PC box,
Yeah,
because they used to come in PC boxes. By the time I finished with it, it was just pieces. So it was like an inch by an inch or something. Probably one nipple, one areola or something like that. Ruined.
That was
just
all
lots
that
of,
was
like,
left.
It looked like crazy paving plastered to a wall. But that's because I stuck it up there.
I don't even want to know how.
I just wanted to throw that in there. I can't see anything now without it sounding like an innuendo.
You barely can. Just in general. Oh, dearie me.
Anyway, yeah, that was a really nice one. There was a little bonus in there that we didn't expect, and I was thinking of probably the earliest kind of bonus I can think of, but it didn't pay anything extra for it.
That's the thing
Came
of
with
it.
it. It was a little
I think
freebie.
this is the key thing. It's to try and sort of figure out and work out at what point it shifted from a nice freebie in the box that was literally a freebie. You weren't getting it because you were paying more for it. You were getting it because you were an early adopter. It was a thank you from the company, I guess, for buying it when it came out, or buying it within the first week of release rather than buying it 2 years down the line.
Yeah.
Just, you bought this, thanks very much, here's a freebie.
Yeah.
And that's still how I think a lot of the sort of digital shit that you do get
I was
these
going to
days.
say that's the modern day equivalent.
Because you pay your £5 for your pre-order now at Game or Amazon or however, I don't know, whoever else does some pre-orders. I think Amazon, you probably just pay for the whole
Yeah.
thing or whatever it is. But anyway, you pre-order a game for an amount of money, let's say. And that edition will net you a bonus skin or a bonus level or whatever it might be.
Gold socks.
But inevitably, when the game itself comes out, there will be at least two options. One will be the vanilla game, and then the other will be the special edition, which you will have pre-ordered, which will cost an extra £5,
Yeah.
almost inevitably, and will just contain a couple of bits of fairly crappy DLC.
Gold socks.
So it's not even like free stuff.
No, and I
still having
think
to
it
pay that
should.
extra
I
for it.
really do think that DLC of that type should be absolute gratis.
Yeah.
for
Well,
those
The Witcher
people
did
that
it
buy
very
it.
well.
Absolutely, they did it the best, if not.
I don't think there's any other
one of the
company
best
really that
things
did
I've-
anything like that.
I think, it's one of the best things I've ever seen. You got soundtrack, massive poster, really nice map. You got stickers. All right, fair enough. You got a compendium of the world,
And a
then
huge
you
amount
got
of DLC,
16
yeah.
lots of DLC for nothing, gratis.
Yeah.
And all they wanted you to do was play their game.
Because I remember it was one of, I know maybe it wasn't free DLC, I think it was just attached to the season pass for Batman, the Arkham Knight, which was the Batwoman one, which was the sort of heralded, but it was
Batgirl.
It was the Batgirl, sorry, yes. It was the first bit of sort of chunky DLC rather than just sort of little extra costumey type bits and pieces or extra races for the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone wants in a Batman game. And I remember watching a Let's Play of it, and it was their first playthrough, and they'd done it in 20 minutes.
Yeah, the thing about the exclusivity of the Scarecrow with the PS4 edition, because all you have to buy a PS4 now because it's got the Scarecrow levels on it. Half an hour tops.
Yeah.
Literally that, if that. And it's just such a... I tell you one thing, as much as I really like the Assassin's Creed games, I'm
Just about to
sick
say.
to death of the exclusive... I can't say the word.
Exclusivity.
There you go. Of, our version's better because it comes with this bullshit or that
It's always
bullshit.
on PlayStation as well, isn't
It
it?
is. This Sony's pissing me off with that. I mean, I've got a PlayStation. Fair enough, they do good games and things like that, and it's a great bit of kit. But fuck me, Ubisoft. You know, I've pissed me off with that crap.
Because it can never be anything that would extend the game's life too much.
No.
And it can't alter the game in any grand capacity.
Was it?
It can't alter the game because you've still got to finish it on the Xbox One or the PC version.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you have to do it the right way. So if you, I mean, I think it was Assassin's Creed that had like 6 or 7 editions or something.
Which one? Sorry, at first.
No. Like Syndicate or Unity or one of the two.
A lot of them.
I think
do.
you could get like 6 or 7 pre-order editions,
depending on where you bought it.
Yeah.
and you'd get a different
I know Syndicate.
bonus
and you
missions or
couldn't
whatever
basically.
you wanted.
You'd miss out on stuff if you're like me and you're invested in that game. So if it was Dark Souls or something, and you went to certain places,
a completionist.
yeah, and you want to get that whole thing, and you wanted to experience it, and
Yeah.
you would hope that other people are enjoying it and experiencing it. And you were missing out on stuff.
Yeah.
That then you're then forced to buy if you can later on.
That's what they're banking on, though, isn't it? Really. Like, it's very cheeky because they're asking you, if you like the game, to spend as much money as possible on it.
And here are some trinkets, yeah.
There you go, because there's going to be a season pass, of course,
Yeah.
and inevitably all the sort of freebie outfits or bonus missions that came with various different companies. So the one that you could get at Asda or Tesco or Amazon or Zavvi or Game or wherever. All little different bonuses will just be released eventually somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
Yep.
Game of the Year edition.
But so it's asking you either buy the game for a second time, or if you've bought
How
the season
patient
pass.
can you be?
No, but if you love the game, of course you're going to buy the standard one.
Yeah.
And then, yes, maybe you'll buy the Game of the Edition further down the line. It seems very cheeky. But then this seems to be, in general, the mentality of almost every, at least, AAA game.
Yep.
There's I mean, as much as it fucks us off, there's too much money in it. It's too much of a cash cow for them to
When
not
was
do
the
it that
last that you can think of? The last AAA game that was released and it was just the game, that was it.
Far Cry Primal.
No.
Yes.
But that.
No DLC.
No DLC for that. That's a good point.
Oh, it came with bullshit editions, actually.
That's what I
It
thought
comes
the question
with,
was.
It
yeah,
came with
that's
the
true.
bloody...
Did you get the Apex?
There was the
Apex,
mammoth.
that's it.
There was the mammoth missions.
yeah,
that was a
so I
bonus
forget
thing.
that. I thought I had it then.
No,
Screw
I
that.
had it. But it was literally there was no.
Did you have one then?
No, I just suddenly thought I was just trying. What was the last one?
mean,
That
would
was
you-
just as it was. That's very close though, because there was no season pass.
Would you class... I mean, I don't know if they're AAA. I was going to say ICO or Shadow of the Colossus. They did
It must
do
be something
a
more
standard
recent
edition,
than
and
that.
then they
Yeah.
did do a postcard.
I was thinking of something actually on the Xbox One or the PS4, like
Okay.
specifically the last. Unless there wasn't one, unless you do have to go all the way back to that point.
Shit, even things as simple as FIFA always come out with
Be a foot
ultimate
points.
editions
I
and
was
shit
going
like
to say
that.
Dead Rising, but that even got like a big
There was a 2 editions of
DLC
that.
season pass bullshit.
I don't know. We'll have to come back to
I
it.
don't know. Yeah, I think of just looking at what I've got. Rare Replay, whenever that was released, that was just as it was, but that wasn't.
But then
that
you
was
could
all
get
old
one that
games.
came
That
with
was
a
a
t-shirt.
remaster. That
That's
was.
true. Yeah, you could have that one with the T-shirt. But
It's
yes, they were
literally,
all-
it just doesn't seem like you can just get just
can't-
the game.
Yeah, I can't think. I'll have to have a think about that.
Shit, yeah. I mean, that's the problem with the culture of pre-ordering now. People expect it now. It's gone full circle where we're being shilled a lot of bullshit
Yeah,
and a lot of pap that comes with, whatever
There's that-
we're pre-ordering. But also, it's turned full circle where people are going into a shop and expecting to be given choices of what edition you want.
there is also now, but there is thankfully a bit of a backlash against it. Certainly, games releasing too early with
Fuck, yeah.
stuff that's not on there that should already be on there. Because I remember Capcom, I think, more or less kowtowed completely regarding Street Fighter V.
Yeah.
And said that we
Aliens was
will
like
be
that as well.
concentrating on making sure that the content is there for launch rather than.
That's insane,
Flipping
isn't
it
it?
out.
That there's like grayed out modes. They did it with Mortal Kombat.
But plus, they had the gall to sell the season pass as well.
But that was the fact.
That's
when
just
you
disgusting.
when you bought the game on release, the shop wasn't even online for a while.
Yeah,
So you buy a season pass, but you're getting nothing for it. You can't even look at like alternate
couldn't
colours and
pretend to
costumes
fight
and
with
shit.
your Ryu statue or whatever it was.
And they did the thing as well. If you go to specific retailers, you get a skin for someone.
That's right. Yeah, different
Is that
skins
right?
for different
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Because I think like Amazon, it was one for Cammy. Game had Hot Ryu and whatnot. But then you could get them all if you buy the season pass.
Yeah.
So.
I can't think of a AAA title
That just
in
was
the last, say,
just
5
as
years
it was.
that didn't come with some kind of bullshit trinkets. you
I
know?
guess it's just because
Just
people...
selling a game on the strength of just that game on its own.
But because they're trying to get people to pre-order it, people are in the mentality of like, well, why the fuck should I pre-order it? So now they need to put in all this stuff to be like, well, this is what you're getting.
Yeah, it's kind of a vicious circle, isn't it? But people do need to sort of vote with their wallets and just either not pre-order
But they never
or not
will.
go for these special editions. I know it's just we're all
But
sort of
people
caught
never
in
want
that
to miss
loop.
out on stuff, do they? And they've created a culture where there wasn't one. I mean, you had a game came out, you bought it, you played it, that was it.
I'd tell you, actually, just to suddenly thinking, it's Nintendo.
You think?
Generally speaking, well, you buy a Mario game, it's just Mario.
No, Mario
Surely.
Maker, that came with loads of extras.
No, but just in general, there aren't many games that Nintendo do that there's a lot of sort of DLC for it, or maybe there are.
I'll tell you, one of the crappiest ones was Mario Tennis. You could get a free wristband, sweatband.
But that was a free
Sweatband, please, sir.
That was a
Can I have
freebie.
a pre-order sweatband, please?
That
Now,
wasn't-
please.
I think you were buying it those to get through.
Splatoon had a little hat.
Little hat, please. I've got my wristband and I want my Splatoon hat,
they've done
please.
DLC for that, haven't they?
Yeah,
Have they?
but
And
apparently
also stuff with the Amiibo as well, getting extra stuff if
That's
you have the
true.
Amiibo. Maybe some
you could
Nintendo
only
don't
get in
do.
the Amiibo.
Yeah.
I guess there's probably not 3DS games that just because there's not really the capacity to.
But we've got to class it as AAA, I suppose.
I think I'm thinking really more sort of Xbox One and PS4, more proper console games as opposed to 3DS or similar.
I
type
guess
things.
PC games don't get released with that much fanfare. Some of massive titles do.
No.
Talking
But then
about
people just buy those digitally more now. So I think if you
Yeah.
go into a shop and you just pick something off the shelf and you pay your 50 quid, and that is you're just paying your 50 quid. That's it, no more.
well, this is the thing
Nothing
I was going
else
to
to
say. We may have found out why. The thing is, people now seem to want to buy digital copies of things so they can preload it and get it on the minute after midnight when it's downloaded and it's done and they just play it. And I think that's why you're seeing such a massive inclusion of tat with a lot of games that you'd buy in a shop because they have to get as much money as they can for it. Now, it's not that they're not making money from the digital one, but you generally find, I was going to say, you generally find it's a little bit cheaper than you would in the shop if you're buying a physical one. But nowadays, I think they've caught on and now they offer these stupid digital deluxe editions. I mean, I remember looking at the Star Wars Battlefront one, which was an absolute scam. Like,
Because there were two different
55
ones.
quid for the game, more than the disc version, and then $39.99 for a fucking season pass with nothing in it.
Yeah.
And all digital, so no physical anything
Yeah.
that you could get rid of if you hated it and go and trade it in or something like that. I mean, that was scam after scam, and then they're suddenly obviously releasing an extra update for it, which is another load of maps and Greedo, but it's just seems to be such a rip-off. And that was their pre-order thing. I think they got absolutely beaten up for it on the internet.
But they did say something recently about that they completely scrapped a single player campaign that they had in the works just to get it out.
Yeah, make sure it was there for the Force Awakens to jump on the hype.
But did
is such
anybody sort
bullshit.
of put the two together?
Well, people already guessed anyway, but they've out
Well, we
announced.
talked about it, didn't we?
Yeah,
in the previous
exactly.
podcast, but I certainly wasn't thinking, cool, new Star Wars movie, great. I was hyped about that, but I've got to go into the Battlefront because of this Force Awakens.
But people are just excited about Star Wars again, just
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah. So, I was going to talk a little bit more about things that weren't sort of pre-order trinket bonuses, but more to do with your love of a franchise and what you might spend on it or what you might want to get. I'm a big fan of Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for another Prince of Persia game. I'd love that. And I recently went around on eBay, had a look for any collector's things you could get for it. And obviously it was the typical pack you would have got at launch when it came out. It didn't cost me, I think it was about £8 or something like that. You got like a soundtrack, a movie, a really nice little comic book, art book, the typical things you would
Yeah.
get. But I got that, and a lot of people would look at that and go, why the fuck have you spent £8 on that? What's that about? I mean, look at it, it's just a bit rubbish. But to me, it's not. And to me, that was worth every pound of that £8. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it's not like hundreds of pounds and things like that, but the point is, to me, I got exactly what I wanted out of it. I got more investment in that game that I'm really involved in and that I really love. And I was sold on it, I got it, and it did its goal, and that was it. But that was way after the game had come out, and I'd got the game years ago, played it, and then played it again, and suddenly this kind of real love for this game grew. So, do you guys have examples of anything that you would get, or that you've maybe overspent on, or that you've maybe bought that's the cheapest thing you could get, but it absolutely was exactly what you wanted, to kind of show your love for that franchise?
I don't know that I have particularly. I can't think of anything specifically off the top of my head where I have purchased beyond a special edition game.
I mean, obviously you've bought special editions of games
Yeah, absolutely.
at launch.
Yeah.
And got all the bits and pieces with it, but that's at launch. But is there, afterwards, is there something, like I say,
I think Dark Souls is probably the only one where I have purchased content that is no association per se with the actual game itself. So
Okay.
I'm talking beyond the guidebook. I'm talking beyond the season pass and other digital content of that type.
Yeah.
So the Dark Souls Design Works book, which was a sort of an art book of
Oh, you mean the concept?
concept art. That's it.
Yeah,
So
concept
all the sort of
art.
concept art, that sort of thing. And then lore, and it had things about characters that didn't make it into the game or original designs for characters, that sort of stuff. That really interests me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have bought, I'm trying to think if I've actually ever bought a soundtrack to a game. Actually bought one. I bought the soundtrack for Lifeless Planet.
Oh, really?
I really like the soundtrack to that. A really, really good minimalist synth soundtrack. You'd
Yeah.
probably really like it.
I think it's quite an underrated game from what I hear.
I love that game. I think it's brilliant. But after I played the game, I thought, that's a really good soundtrack. I'm
Yeah.
going to go and buy that.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I can't think of anything else I've actively gone and sought. I've never been interested in...
Because I've certainly bought a few soundtracks.
That's good. Yeah, I
LA
know you
Noire
really like
and
your
Witches
soundtracks.
and-
I'm trying.
I think I'm probably going to get the Undertale soundtrack.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good.
But and I'll probably get the game just to give it a go because I hear it's very, very good.
And it's really reasonably priced. As
Yeah,
well.
I mean it's all digital though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have seen some of the... I don't know if I've seen both of the Resident Evil, the animated films, the sort of CG ones.
I've
Okay.
seen one of
I
them.
can't remember if I've seen both. I think I've seen both. But I didn't go and buy them. I think I rented them or I borrowed them from a friend. Sorry, did you say?
I bought my one.
What Resident Evil animated
Mm-hmm.
movie?
Yeah, the first one. I went out of my way to buy that.
Okay,
Out of your way to buy them.
Yeah,
Blimey.
killed a few people.
I did.
Zombie.
Yeah.
So it was okay.
Quite an experience.
What, watching the film or killing people? Because I think they're both an experience, aren't they?
I'd say the killing people was the better experience of the two.
Better.
I love those movies.
Yeah.
I'm not those movies. I think they're the
More
finest
enjoyable.
artwork ever. It's kind of weird. I have the movies, but I'm not a massive fan of the games. How weird is that? So I've gone out of my way to not play the original games,
That's very
but
weird.
actually
Yeah.
get the movies that they're.
I
that
suppose movies is another interesting one because I got a good few film adaptations of games.
yeah.
But I almost don't think of that as the same thing, almost.
Okay.
I don't know if I think of that as probably extending my gaming experience in the same way that buying
But it in
buying
no
a
way
t-shirt
enhances
or-
the game.
No,
It's
But
not
it's
like
still-
DLC. I mean, we've all bought DLC for games to get that extra bit of oomph out of the game, that extra little thing, because we want our fill of it.
yeah.
I
We're
guess it
obviously
would still
invested.
be an enhancement of the experience, though, because it's taking...
Still carrying on
Yeah,
that
of
world.
the experiences,
I
but
would buy...
it doesn't add to the general, let's say, start to finish
Okay.
game.
If I saw some nice prints, canvas type prints, or really nice sort of museum quality poster type things that you could frame of games like BioShock or
I have actually done
Dark
that
Souls,
for
those sorts of things, that sort of thing, I could
love
see
that painting on
myself.
the cover.
Yeah, those things I could see myself doing. I have looked, but I've never found anything that really has grabbed me. But I've certainly looked in order to purchase things of that type.
Yeah.
But never actually committed, not because I didn't have the money or whatever it might be. It was just simply that I couldn't find one that I genuinely really wanted
I
to
feel
have.
really weird now because, like I say, talking of ICO, I've bought things like art books that are Japanese, so I couldn't read it.
Oh, okay.
But I've got it because I mean, that in love with that game
Yeah.
that I just want to envelop myself in all the things that
Yeah.
to do with it.
Mm.
Soundtracks I've bought of it, Shadow of the Colossus stuff. I've seen some figures, and they're stupidly expensive
Yeah.
for what they are. They look crap. They do, but it's just like.
I guess
And I
they're
know
fairly
I'm
rare,
going
though.
to punch myself in the face if I press buy it now and go, what the hell are you doing, you idiot? You're fucking old and you're buying toys. But I guess that's what makes me happy, and I guess that game makes me happy, so that's why
Yeah.
I invest in them. But I feel like the weird one on this table now, because I thought you guys might have bought more.
I have,
Oh, you have?
yeah.
Okay, so what's this then?
Well, for Monster Hunter, I've bought, like, their little blind boxes, essentially. So it's just you get a box and you don't really know what figure is going to be in it, like what creature it's going to be.
This is a physical box.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you buy those. They're usually, like, 9 to 12 quid, wherever you get them from. So you just open them up and then you've got one of the random... or one of a selection of monsters that you'll fight within the game, and then you just, like, quickly assemble them. They're usually only, like, 3 or 4 pieces, and then put them on the stand.
Like a Kinder Egg.
Kind of, yeah.
A really expensive Kinder Egg.
But they're
Without the chocolate.
they're well
All the
detailed.
plastic
And they look really
suppository.
nice. So I've done that for Monster Hunter. I've also bought like a collectible Monster Hunter mug thing. It's not even like a full-size mug. It's just like a little collectible thing.
Egg cup.
Egg cup.
It's not a full-size mug.
No.
So you get,
Dumbest fucking thing.
you get it.
What is the
But
point of this?
because it
You
had
can
some
swill
really
with
nice
it.
art stuff on it. Anyway,
For a shot.
yes. Just take
just for
shots out of it.
espressos.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
I
can
got-
have a good swill, and that's it.
So I got that. I've bought a couple of Heroes of the Storm blind boxes. There are 2 different series. So one that are just like smaller, cartoony looking ones. And then another section, or another one called like Cute But Deadly. So it's like a different art style to them. They're more detailed and bigger models. I've got a Dota t-shirt. I've got a Heroes of the Storm t-shirt. I've got...
These were all bought separately.
Yeah, I got a
Not
Dark
like
Souls
part
t-shirt.
of a collection.
No. And then my Dota 2 mug I bought not all that long ago.
Yeah. This
Which-
is the one.
There's a character in the
But
game.
you're so involved in Dota.
I fucking love
don't
Dota.
understand. I don't not understand that. I completely agree with you. You know, I mean that's your kind of if you could get away with murder and murder us now, so you could go home and play Dota a bit quicker, you would.
No.
Said that so unsincerely.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
That's
There was a
such a
long
lie
pause
there.
as well.
Yeah.
Like, I was just thinking, what's the best way to say this?
How can I put this to them? Yeah,
I'd do it quick. You wouldn't feel anything.
Does everything quick, doesn't it?
Anyway, so I bought a mug because my favourite character in it that I still play occasionally, but I just love how he looks, is called Juggernaut, and they released a mug themed around him.
Full size mug?
Full-size mug. Bigger than a normal mug. It's pretty fucking big. I love it.
Can I talk about your digital butler?
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
But this mug is so good, and it's just his face, essentially. And it's called the Muggernaut. It was only released for the tournament. It's called the International. It's the biggest tournament they do every year.
Yeah.
So they released it for that, so it was in like a small supply. It was... You didn't...
Handmade or...
Yeah. And it's really well painted.
Yeah.
And I paid 35, I want to say.
For an espresso.
No, you're looking at me as if I'm going to know.
For an espresso.
Well, I told you how much it was when I bought it. I
It was
can't remember.
30 something.
Yeah, it was around 30 quid.
Which is a lot of money to spend
Well, someone's
on a
mug.
mug, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to just say, we'll get back to your digital butler.
Yep.
I wanted to say, talking of mugs, I'm going to turn to Simon, who I think is a mug. I'm looking and
Okay.
drinking a cup
I
of
was just
tea
about to say, just suddenly realised. Yeah.
for Mr. Oh no, I never invest outside of the game.
Yeah.
I'm drinking out of what? Describe this to the listeners.
Yeah, it's a
What am I drinking from?
it's a Fallout mug. Yeah.
Mr. No Investment.
I completely I've forgotten.
Does this
Truth be
mug
told.
make you feel so much more immersed?
It's just
The immersion factor on this mug is making me feel like I'm going to get radiation.
I would have been swept
Drunk.
up, swept up in the thrill of Fallout
You have
when
some
that was
Fallout
coming out.
socks as well, don't you?
I do have Fallout socks. Fucking it's all coming out now, isn't it? Yeah, Fallout socks.
I'm also looking up on your shelf, and
Yeah.
for a man who doesn't buy any tats, I can see, what would you call that? Does that look
That
like some kind of armour? Could you describe that to us?
Yeah, that was for a vine for work. That was
definitely, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
You just sat around in your underwear with that on while you were playing
Just had his
darts,
helmet
wasn't it?
out, and his helmet on.
Yeah.
All helmets were out.
I wore it until the face mark raised up all on its own.
It's just to tell you, it's a medieval helmet. A very well. If you looked at it from a mile away, it would look convincing. It's not bad actually. It's quite good.
It was all right
But
for a $5 or whatever.
you-
they paid for it.
You knew you were keeping that for a bit of love of Dark Souls there.
Yeah, I just sometimes wear it.
Yeah,
Just
Mr.
to
I
hide.
never invest. It's all coming out now.
It is. I'm sure there's probably
So
fucking
now I'm
loads
gonna
of stuff.
now I'm going to turn to my right, and I'm looking over on the shelf, and I can see what is only described as a giant bomb.
But that's a gap. I mean, that's Fallout.
But you
you haven't
already
played the
played
games.
them,
You haven't
and
got
they
the games
came
in
out
there.
ages ago,
Yeah.
and now you've bought a massive mini nuke sitting on your shelf there, looking very good.
Does look good.
But I never invest outside of the game.
No.
Never.
I will edit this so
So
all
you
of this
sound
goes.
better.
All of this goes.
Um,
That's true, I suppose.
I could go on, but I wanted to talk
There's
about.
not a lot else.
There's not a lot. No, there's shelves of the stuff.
Or is there? I honestly, God, maybe there is. Maybe I fucking buy loads and I just, my brain says, forget
You
this.
didn't buy it.
Forget about it. Don't worry.
I could literally just wave my arm around and then point
Point
and
to
then would
something else.
aim
Yeah.
at something that's been bought.
I'm just trying to think.
That's
God,
part of the game.
There probably is loads now. Oh, God damn it.
Let's talk about your digital butler. I don't know what a digital butler is.
Courier, isn't it?
Is
Courier.
courier.
It is a courier.
Okay, so it was your birthday, and very kindly we all teamed together and got you some vouchers, some Steam vouchers.
Which, thank you again.
And it was quite a bit, wasn't it?
30-ish?
50 quid?
Was it as much as that?
I think it was 50 quid, 40 quid, 50
I think it
quid.
was 40.
Is it? Blimey.
And it all went in one go. And not on... Look at Steam. How many games can you get for 40 quid? Hundreds.
Thousands.
Hundreds. And what did it go on?
Not all of it went on Dota.
$39.99 counts as all of it.
No, there was a courier, because essentially in the game you have a little thing.
This is
that brings,
Dota.
Yeah, in Dota, you have a little animal that comes and brings you your items that you'll buy while you're killing stuff or whatever.
Your pack mule.
Essentially, because the default one is just a donkey with like a backpack thingy on, so called saddle.
Saddlebag.
Yeah, and so you can buy different skins for that just to alter how it looks in the game.
And that is literally all it does. It doesn't speed it
Well,
up.
this
or
wasn't
anything
actually
of
a
that
model
type.
or anything.
It's
It
a
was
model.
skin.
Well, it just changes. Yeah, it's
So
a
it
new
wasn't
model.
even actually... Oh, so they different
It is-
polygon
yeah,
shapes.
yeah.
Okay, at least that's something.
I was just trying to put it in simpler.
What did you suddenly think then? It was
I
just
thought
like
he
a
just
different
bought a
coloured
skin.
donkey.
Yeah.
No.
And it's gone from red to blue.
No.
And instead of Dobbin, it's called Dibon. And you think, oh, yeah, that's £39 well
Well
spent.
worth 40 notes.
No, but there was one that I was looking at. Go ahead.
I was going to say, does this donkey do any more
No.
than the original donkey?
No, it just looks different.
It looks different.
It is very much a skin pack.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
It's horse armour.
there are different... You can get some that are more common than others to, like, acquire. And some are more rare. So,
So you have these just essentially for bragging rights.
pretty much. There's the
Is
same
it,
with...
is it that? It's not
Yeah.
just that I love the aesthetic of that.
No.
I suppose, well,
So-
I
it-
appreciate
it's a
it
bit of
every time I
both.
see
yeah,
it.
some of it will be.
But a lot of the stuff in Dota is just for bragging rights. Anyway, so there was one that I was looking at that I really liked how it looked because it was an unusual courier, which means it comes with a different effect. So as it's going across the map, it might leave a trail of fire.
I thought you were going to say something
No.
entirely different.
Yeah, I was right there with you.
Or like grass will grow and flowers will grow underneath it
That's cool.
and stuff like that. And there was one that I found that I really liked the look of that at the time was around 30 quid, but I managed to get it for 25.
Ooh.
And so that's what the majority of that money went towards.
Okay.
But there's another one I found recently which I really like, and it's a spider called Itzy, and it's 55 quid.
But you're never going to buy it until it's your next birthday and we buy you all the fucking Steam cards again.
Can we just roll back fractionally?
Okay.
How many of these couriers do you now own?
35.
35.
Skins!
Yes.
And
But in my Dota items that I haven't looked at in a few months, it's well over the 1,000 mark
Of items.
of items for Dota. So that could be
Swords,
different...
everything.
Yeah, for
but
characters
this is
and
not
stuff.
all
Skins.
things that you have actually purchased.
No, because originally, when I first got into it, when you would level up your profile, they would sometimes just give you like a box, and then in that you'd get some items or a set for a character or whatnot. But they've since changed that, so the majority of it is now purchased.
Okay.
To me, I mean, I've bought my special editions where they've come with a different fucking jacket for a character, and that was one of the bonuses. They're the things I don't care about.
Yeah.
Maybe in Mass Effect there was a cool little robot dog that ran around my ship, did fuck all,
Yeah, I bought them.
and I thought, oh, that would be cool. I'll be able to take it out with me, fight stuff off, it'll have lasers for eyes. No. You just fucking run around the deck of a
One
ship.
room.
Yeah.
Didn't even leave that room.
The thing is, in your eyes, you've spent that money on it, and to me that's a lot for a skin pack, but I can't say anything because I've bought things that I
Well, it's
enjoy.
a free-to-play game originally, so it's not something you have to.
I think
I've
that's
and I was
the
gonna
other
say-
I've got
isn't
into
it?
the habit of it.
With
Yeah.
the amount of investment you've put into this game and
Yep.
like your obvious love for it, for you it's worth every penny. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's what matters then.
But sometimes, like, they release the compendium. So when a big tournament is happening, you essentially get a book that you pay for,
Yeah.
and you can level it up by doing the quests that are within this book that can get you exclusive items that you can only get through this. And then once the event is over, you can only purchase them off other people.
A physical book.
No, virtual.
It's a digital book.
digital. It's all digital.
There's no physical compendium.
No. And so you'll get some items in that are more rare than others that you don't necessarily have to pay for. Like the most recent compendium came out, which I purchased. I purchased it at level 50. so it boosts my levels straight away.
Do you get it for that, or do you get it for the lore that's in it?
I get it for the items.
Okay.
And so with these, they give you things called immortals, which are unique weapons or a helmet or a cape or whatever for a character that always comes with unique effects and makes like the character's abilities look different and things like that.
Yeah.
There's one that I've found, which I'm hoping to get just from a drop at some point. It's currently selling for £111.
Right. Now, the thing is, I guess there's a saving grace with Dota because you're on a live market and you can sell these things, can't you?
Yes.
For pennies or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is 110 real pounds.
There's stuff, this is the thing that Valve have done so well, that and CSGO, items like 111 is not even the most expensive.
Tell me that's small fry.
There's, like, if you look at CSGO knives, they can go for up to £200.
This is Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Which I just...
For a skin,
I
you
can't
know?
Yeah.
even get my head around that. I really can't.
Because they are just, like, such rare drops that if you are lucky enough to get it, and the marketplace is all just user-generated, so whoever gets it can put it up, if they're the first person, for whatever they want. And if someone's willing to buy that, that price point then holds.
I'm going to sound crazy here, but I would be the person that would equip it and want to show off, look at my fucking good knife. But people, I'm thinking, would just like instantly whack it on a market for 200 quid.
Yeah.
If it's just a skin, you know that it's not going to give you any benefit in any way, shape or form. And who
it's
sees
just
it?
aesthetic.
Who ultimately sees it? If you're stabbed in the back...
But you can't really say yay or nay. I mean, I just recently bought an art book for... This is a physical book.
But this is it, yeah.
It's a physical book. I'm invested in Black Flag,
Yeah.
the Assassin's Creed game, and it was really cheap to buy. Normally 30 quid, but it's really cheap to buy. I wouldn't normally have got it, but I did enjoy that game, and I got it, and I've read the whole thing back to front, and that was in like one evening. It was just really, really well done. But I guess I wasn't going to spend 30 quid to get it. I got it at a reasonable price, and I think it was a bargain, and I got a lot of joy out of it. To you, 110 quid, is that going to seem reasonable to you when you get this thing? I mean, are you that like invested in it that's worth it for me? Because I'm not saying that it shouldn't be worth it for you. If that's what you think it's worth, then that's perfectly fine. To me, it seems an awful lot of money for a digital skin, you know?
For me, although I've put a lot of money, like, over time from first playing it, I've put a lot of money into Dota. I've never been tempted, like, if I have the money, which I do, I've never been tempted to just say, yeah, I'll buy that because I can.
Yeah.
Because that, to me, although it's something I would want, it's just too much.
And I suppose as well, the enjoyment outweighs the price tenfold.
Yeah.
For the amount of hours you've put into it and what you get out of it.
If I manage to get it from a drop without paying for it, that's great, but I'm not going to go out my way to buy it off someone for that price.
Yeah.
Would you be tempted to, if this drops for you, would you just have it instantly? Or given that you know it sells for this much?
Well, for the
would you be tempted
character,
to sell it?
it's 4. I've been playing him quite a bit recently, so I'd keep it.
Here's one then. Would you sell all of your 1,000 items for that one thing?
No, I wouldn't, because I've got some stuff that I really like, how it looks and stuff, so I don't think I would. But a friend of mine, when this compendium came out, he spent £100 on it.
Jesus.
Day one.
And it's digital.
All digital.
I guess if you get out of it, you know, the
It's value
elation you get, then
it's
your
only
quid's
value for money if you get value from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and I know you play a lot of Dota, I know you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So you're a fucking idiot.
Almost 900 hours.
900, but I mean that's the thing. I mean I don't want to ask you how much you have spent on it, but if you've invested 900 hours into a game, then frankly, if you'd spent £900 on it in total, but in the sense that you'd pay 40 quid for a game, and if you got 40 hours out of it.
Yeah.
You'd be laughing because, you could play 40 quid for a game and you only get 10 hours out of it. Yeah. And that's on the outside. So it's only the equivalent of that. And there's no way you would have spent £900.
Just to buy the game, like there
just
and
in
then.
total.
Yeah.
I mean, I've spent, I think as we'd said before, when I bought Fallout 4, and apparently everything that went with Fallout 4, so mentally blocked out.
Yeah, I can see it all around me. I'm surprised we're not sitting in a
bunker.
Sitting in a
Fallout shelter as we're playing this. But I bought the Season Pass straight away, even though there was not going to be any Season Pass content for months.
Yeah.
Only in the last month or so it started coming out.
Yep.
So good sort of nearly 6 months essentially after it came out.
Yeah.
But I was buying that just on the basis that I'd be happy to pay 80 quid or 85 quid for that game, even without the season pass, because I knew I was going to get 100, 200 hours out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to get value for money for paying that, without question, based on the legacy of the games that have come before and the quality that have come before.
Yeah.
Having played Fallouts 3 and New Vegas 2-3 times each,
I
I must have pumped probably 300-400 hours into the pair of those without breaking a sweat, I would have thought.
Absolutely. I was just thinking, Fallout came out and it's obviously got its legacy and it's got its quality. And I bought the season pass as well. Before not knowing anything released for it, exactly like you said. But it doesn't have to put into question Fallout's a big AAA title.
Yeah.
You look at something like The Witcher, that comes out and it makes you wonder why they did it. I know it's like a thank you to the gamers, which is brilliant, but no one really thinks badly of Fallout or Bethesda or whatever. No one really thinks badly of their games. They're quite delighted in how good they are, and like you said, you'd invest $80 in it. But for something like The Witcher to come out and be as good as it is, and then not like sort of do that thing in the market where they say, oh, here's a load of extras, it's an extra 25 quid.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder why they didn't do it. I mean,
maybe just their morality of it, because it was Bandai Namco, wasn't it, that published it?
CD Projekt Red is
they
the
made
company,
it published by that, but perhaps if it was published by Activision or EA or someone else, they would have just okay, yes, you can sell this, but we're going to charge an extra $5 or $10 for this edition.
Yeah, we only take gold for these.
Yeah, but who knows? But I mean, well done then. At the end of the day, for doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks for telling us about your digital stuff.
That's fine.
Because I didn't realise it was up to 1,000+ items now.
Yeah. I'm happy. I don't really care. I enjoy my games. So.
It's not a matter whether you care or not. It's the fact that...
No, I'm just saying
if
I'm
you're
happy
then
to
that's it.
answer anything about that. I ain't fussed.
Well, there you go.
Anyone else got any burning special editions or items they desperately want to speak about?
Nope.
Do you have one that stands out? Or...
I do.
Okay.
But,
oh, yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, I can see that from over here.
That was a genuine question from you there. Crudely turned into some innuendo. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Another clap.
There we go. So we've had 2 claps.
Yeah, you both got.
There we go.
You've both got the clap.
Thank
Courtesy of you.
Yeah.
Touche.
Oh, fucking, that was a winner.
Yeah.
Harry wins again. Look at
Done
that.
it again.
Damn him.
Anyway.
Well, I guess you can sign off then. That's your special prize.
Thank you very much for joining us today. And fuck off.